Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. So we have Libra Scorpio Cusp. Um, there, there is an energy almost of like a standoff. There is an energy of somebody is there's definitely an energy of somebody trying to get a reaction from you, or somebody trying to get you to blow up. When I was first starting up with you guys, it took me forever to light up the candle, but once it did, it just kind of like whoosh, it just took off, right? So it's almost kind of like that thing. Whoever it is that is looking for a fight, when it comes to in connections to you, they're gonna find it, right? Because they don't know who they're messing with, and we're just gonna leave it at that, because that's the way that the energy is coming. It may be somebody that at work that is like really testing your patience, right? It may be somebody like, your significant other. It may be a sibling. It may be regardless of whoever it is, there's somebody that is mistaking your kindness for weakness, and they have this notion, let's put it this way, that they're going to be able to it's almost kind of like somebody wants to come and control you, come and control how you do things, or come in control of how trying to control how it is that you represent or present yourself, whether it is that you're representing somebody, or in their mind you're representing them when you go out in public, or this is the way that you just show up in public. Somebody kind of wants to tame that, whatever that is. It can be that they consider that the way that you dress is not correct, or the way that you do your hair, or the way that you do your makeup, or whatever it is. They have this standard look, the standard presentation, let's put it this way, that this is how you're supposed to show up. And you're like almost kind of like the complete opposite, but it's not like you're doing it in defiance, let's just put it that way. This is just who you are. So you've been very comfortable, because it's almost kind of like an energy of like, and I know that I keep looking away, guys. There's nobody here with me other than the dogs. There's a reason for it. But what I'm trying to say is like, it took you a very long time to get to a place where you're just comfortable being you without having to explain yourself, right? So when you've been in that energy for a long time as well, where you just been yourself, it's not that you're trying to do anything to call attention, or that you're trying to do anything to be different. It's just that you are. And needing to it's almost kind of like you don't need to convince, or you're not eager to convince anybody that you're different, and that we are all different. And if they fail to see that, then that's on them, right? And I really do like this energy with you, because it's almost kind of like you're in the background and you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna breathe because I ain't dealing with this, right? And whether that background is something that you are that background energy of like breathing is something that you're practicing now, or something that you practiced in the past that is allowing you now to handle this situation with a lot more ease, right? So you don't have to go around kind of like explaining yourself, or defending yourself. And you're kind of, you are frustrated. I'm not gonna lie, I'm picking up that energy of frustration, because you're kind of just like done and over with energies of with the energy of anybody trying to control you, or anybody trying to get any reactions from you. And when somebody continuously like pick at something, eventually, sooner or later, that they're gonna get a response, right? And that's kind of like where with you, you're trying to handle a situation in a very diplomatic way, let's just put it this way, because to be honest with you, whoever this person is or these individuals are, like if this is like a group of co-workers or whatever it is, it can get very ugly very quickly, right? So an example would be like you find out that there's a group of co-workers that have been talking or gossiping about you, and you go ahead and you confront them directly or whatever it is, or somebody that was gossiping with them that is trying to put you in the mix or something like that, and then you are, instead of with the back and forth, you just go and face these people. Things can get, if let's put it this way, if they start to deny it or like point fingers or not take accountability for whatever it is that is going on, it's almost kind of like you have a list and you're blowing what is the word, because I was gonna say like you're not it's not necessarily like you're blowing everything out of proportion, because you're putting everybody in their place, because everything that you're saying is factual, but it's like you're trying to go about it like a nice way, let's put it this way. So you're trying to resolve an issue that involves other people that want to get some type of reaction out of you. You're trying to resolve it like in a nice way, but it's almost kind of like you're running out of patience, or you're getting really frustrated, because you just want to, I keep on hearing this energy like I just want to be away from it, I just want to be away from it, I just want to be done with it. Like that's not even where it is that you yourself want to be spending your time and your energy. And sorry, it's like a sharp pain real quick down my jaw on the left side, and it's almost kind of like you have gotten into a space where okay, you're cutting ties with a lot of people, and there is, I think that's why you're trying to have patience with people, because it's like you're on this path right now, this part of your life where you're cutting people out of your life left and right, regardless of who they are. And it's almost kind of like this thing of like no second chances. Like you do it once and that's it, you're out the door, and it's like don't wish you bad, but don't want you around type of energy. Wish you the best as long as it's away from me. That type of energy is that I'm picking up. So it's either you're trying to get all the facts together, or you're trying to get everything together, because it's like the moment that you open your mouth and whoever these individuals are get the reaction that they've been looking for, they're not going to like it, and it's going to be like a complete done and over when it comes to these connections with these individuals. Now, for you, those of you that this has to do with like a group of close friends or family members, or people that you consider family member, that's probably why you've been a little bit more patient, because you know that once you're done, you're done. And maybe these people or these individuals think that they are always going to be around, and that doesn't seem to be the case when it comes to you, because you're fed up. You're fed up with the energy of anybody trying to control you, or trying to dictate what it is that you do, or trying to get very specific reactions out of you. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna plow a couple of tarot just to clarify. What is the hesitation? We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse, the Four of Swords with the King of Wands in the reverse. It's almost kind of like it's best to keep quiet, or it's best not to say anything until... It is so weird, these cards. Every time I see them, they kind of like... Because some of them look very, very old, like as you can tell. And then the one in the middle looks very, very new. But they're all from the same deck, but they've been put away for so long, for like over 20 years. They were put away, and I just got them. And it's funny how some of the cards faded more than others, but that's just something for me. Don't pay me any mind. There is a sense here that again, there is going to be some type of there is, let's put it this way, there is an emotional attachment here. And we all have emotional attachments, right? But these are, again, either family or friends that you consider like family. So these are people that you have spent a lot of time with. These are people that you have been there for, and vice versa. But whatever it is that is occurring at this moment in time, or whatever conflict or whatever it is that you're finally realizing with these connections, is coming to an end. And you're the type of person, at least the energy that you're presenting with in this reading, that you won't take a stand or you won't say anything unless you know that that's it. So it's like you're not going to cut any ties with anybody until you're 100% ready that you're not going to go back. You can call it a prideful thing, you can call it ego, you can call it whatever you want. It's just an energy that I'm picking up. Like, once you're done, and it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull out a love energy card. Now, love energy doesn't necessarily have to be romantic relationship. This can be relationship, any type of relationship. This can be self-love, your passion for your job or your career. Yeah, you're worrying about the and I don't think that you're so much worried about walking away or cutting people out. It's just there seems to be like almost like a little disappointment type of energy, like where you thought that these people were going to be in your life like forever. We have the snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So whenever you're talking about like a competitive energy, right? When you're talking about somebody that is an enemy or somebody that's clever, right? A lot of people, it's almost kind of hard to admit sometimes that other people can control us by getting certain reactions out of us, right? And when it's very hard for us as human, let's just put it that way, to admit that yeah, somebody had control over me because they made me act a certain way, they made me react a certain way. That means that for that split moment of a second, I wasn't in control of me, right? And that's kind of like either something that you're finally realizing and that you no longer want to deal with, or that's something that is going to become very clear to you. And if it fits, it fits, guys. If it doesn't, just leave it. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pull out a closing message. So we have a closing message, Spirit, for Libra Scorpio. What is the closing message for Libra Scorpio? Just one card. We have the Mountain. Stand your ground. And I think this is the reason why you haven't cut these people out, why you haven't confronted them yet, why you're having patience, why they haven't gotten either a reaction or a response from you. Because when you do, there's nothing that is going to move you away from that decision. There's nothing that's going to sway you one way or another. Once you make a decision on what things or how things are going to be, that's exactly how they're going to be. Well, guys, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.